Whew. Um, there's weird stuff happening. There's weird stuff happening, and I'm feeling it. And meeting an opportunity to look at my Instagram account and see that there's zero views, there's zero activity. Like, I haven't been pushing content out pretty heavily and pretty steadily. I don't have a million followers. I learned my lesson on that. Don't do that. Mass pick up a million followers thing, because I don't want all the porn and bling that it brings. So I am kind of selective, and there's only a couple hundred people there, if that. And usually I have traffic, and I do notice that since we're getting more pointed about, that generational curse breaker shit, you're going to hate my guts, and I'm still going to keep on moving it forward and keep on pushing. And I'm still going to make videos. I'm still going to make content. I'm still going to open my mouth and say every bit of what I came here to say, because that's what I'm told to do from within, not from some, dissociative identity, some part of me that's just taking over my mind, my brain, and is gonna spout that I should do loving acts of kindness and be forgiving. Pretty sure I'm gonna listen to that bitch, because, believing that I'm crazy because I tune into other vibes that are not real 3D oriented. They're otherworldly, and I can't help that they come to me. That's how it is. That's my job. I have to accept that, and also know that it's flaming people out, probably, I'm gonna guess. And the fact that no movement whatsoever on tons of content, and my videos are they're not really picking up speed exactly. I'm pretty sure that when I saw, twice the amount of counts, the next day they balanced out. So that means that there were multiple views on the same device, more than likely. They only count one view, and they don't count, a repeat on the same device if they think that it's, just me getting my friends to watch videos over and over and over again. So they watched and monitor that stuff, and I watched the numbers as they were real, like there's 30 for one of them, and now it's at like 11. So I'm like, oh, so were we 30 views in with just a handful of folks, or how does that work? Leo, he's hungry. And I'm noticing, switching gears a little bit, that I'm definitely noticing that I feel compromised. I do. I feel somewhat compromised. My shoulder's still pretty sore, and I'm clear that it's not winning points. It's not winning points that people don't want to know that what I'm saying is the truth. They don't believe that I'm not lying to them, because the paradigm sets it up for us to not be able to trust anyone. And we shouldn't. For as long as they're going to be abusive and nasty, we should not trust those people. Unfortunately, most of us don't have anyone but that to turn to, because that's what we grow up in, and we don't know that, oh baby, you're looking to hug a shark, that thing's gonna eat you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Identify the apex predator in your life immediately, because it's gonna eat you alive every second that you don't know what it is, and being too afraid to look at the identity thereof. I don't understand that. I don't consider that warrior's work. I consider that basic human being work, that whatever your boogaboo is, figure it out, because it's going to continue to show up and be a boogaboo for you and take you on banshee rides from hell until you do. Anything that runs you that hard, or makes you make creepy decisions, or helps you, reach into the worst part of yourself, that's negative attachment, demonic attachment, negative entity, all of devil possession. It's all the same vibe. It's all the same frequency. 444. It's all the same frequency, and it's what needs to dinosaur out and just go away. Please, let that go extinct, because this overbearing, pirating, looting, monstering down on I'm having it my way and we're doing it, all the rats are running from the sinking ship. And so you got the worst possible behavior that's leaking out of people. I mean, I'm shocked when I do hear about something that's happened. I try not to plug in too closely because that shit just ruins my day too hard. That, oh my goodness, that it's pretty, we're at just, are we not, why are we not getting this? I mean, that's really, who cares about, are we getting, why are we not getting it? We're obviously not getting it. And why the fuck not? Because standing around arguing about, whose fault it is and everything, you do realize that the building is just burning down while you're arguing and preventing the fire department from going in and being able to handle the problem. You're actually impeding process and progress. And, is it because they're, something, the deep state, the deep state of stop. It's a vibration that let that shit go and stop creating a reason why we shouldn't unite and find a way to fix our planet. Every one of us is an inhabitant here, then every one of us has a responsibility to Mother Earth and to ourselves and to the future generations. That you're not parked here as anything more than a guest until you earn the right to be here. And when we earn the right to be here, then we acknowledge and respect and love the fact that we're a guest and that we are being loved by a very, very, very beautiful and kind resource. And we then turn around and want to keep that warmth, that friendship, that love, that level of expectation. We want to keep that going and expanding, and we want to have that open up our heart and embrace other people in that as well. Not try to push everybody out of that. I'm pretty sure that anybody that tells me that there's some sect of society that doesn't deserve to get into heaven doesn't really know what heaven feels like, because I don't think it's heavenly at all. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go with every ascended master that I've studied thus far that said that, complete nirvana, happiness, and non-attachment and unconditional love. There is no room for me to stand anywhere and go, I'm in heaven now that all the Negroes are out, or all the Karens are out, or all the old people, or all the gay people, or all the Trump supporters, or the Black Lives Matter, pick whatever way we're going to divide and conquer. And, set it up absolutely that we're already going to divide it in our mind, then we'll make a reason for why we can exclude some portion of society. And that's just the basic answer. I don't know how much more simple it could get, how much simpler it could get to understand. It's quite complicated to fix it all because there's so many areas of, absolute destruction and demolition right at the moment. However, what do we have that's positive is that all that shit's broken down, a lot of it. Most major paradigms we've all been shaken about, our foundation, there's a reason. Why and how? Not my business. I just know that that's what's happening. Then why don't we take all that mess and instead of running around acting like it isn't there or going and, just build a new Las Vegas, but build a new strip. The old one doesn't look good anymore. Let's just go build a new one. And we'll leave these skeletal remains of, horrible life over there while we go and pilfer some more life over there. It's a terrible cycle. And it's absolutely crushing and killing the vital life force that our planet needs to survive this. You got a lot of people pumping and blowing on Earth right now, doing some CPR, and those of us that are dedicated to that mission, whether we're light workers or working in a spiritual identity or not, I think Greta Thunberg is probably doing a great job, and Jane Fonda, and stand up for something, please, that's worthy of helping to assist and bring peace and healing to the very life force, the mother that gives us the ability to be here. Mother Nature is here supporting us. She's giving us this opportunity, and she's going to continue to be the beautiful cyclical process that she is. And we're going to continue to lock horns with it and demand that somebody please pay me back because I lost everything in the hurricane, or, the tornado, the earthquake, the whatever. And that's not how it works. There's a price to pay for living here. There's a price to pay for everything we do. And when we're just charging our card, just charge it. the credit card is due now, that payment is due now. And those of us that, really work to keep our credit clean, we don't really want to have to clean up other people's credit. However, where are we now is that we just have a mess, and anywhere that I can pick up and start making it better, then that's what I'm committed to doing. And I want to hang out with other people that have the ethic too. And if they're not doing that, or they're doing something in direct contradiction to that, then I obviously murder them and get them out of my way quickly. I obviously acknowledge that I'm in the wrong place and this is not my work, and I'm not about whatever your work is, telling you what it is, and I'm also not about you telling me what my work is if it's in direct conflict to humanitarian aid at this point. I don't have time to not have compassion, because I've been that person that there wasn't any compassion for, and that just sucks ass, and I'm an incredibly strong person that can make it out of that, and there's a bunch of people that can't. So I highly recommend, while I'm busy having my case ass about doing it, that I spend a lot of time not being in a case ass and crying, because it's hard as an empath and a light worker and somebody who's here to bring energy healing and the ability to do that. It's being thwarted by fear. The very people that can help you are the people that are terrifying others for whatever reason, because of misunderstanding. I'm a regular person just like everybody else. And just because I have the ability to do things that other people aren't aware of about themselves yet, if you don't ever want to explore that, or if it frightens you and you don't believe it, then you don't have to. However, I'm not crazy, bad, wrong, or needing to be destroyed, because that's what I do, as long as I'm maintaining respect and I am, not offering any kind of lethal action, verbal, financial, emotional, physical, spiritual, on any level, none, then we should be able to cooperate on this planet. Mother Earth, it's going to teach us how to do that every season. Birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. Figure it out, humans. Caterpillar that shit, caterpillar that shit and come out a butterfly, because right now the liquefied remains, it looks a little bit like we're not quite on schedule to spring out into butterfly. And yet, at any moment, we can be. That's the beauty of it. It does take some earth time, and it can be a little bit complicated. It's not so complicated. 1222, thank you. It's not so complicated, though. It's a matter of we have to be willing. And how about that? Thank you. My hawk feather. Yeah, it's a big, huge hawk feather that I found in my yard. It's about that long. I don't actually want to put it on film. It's part of a different process that I'm just asked to not do that. So, but it was a hawk feather that I found at a house that I lost in a divorce, and in a very, underhanded way that, that left me homeless and scared. And it's still not a good thing, no matter what, to punish forward on that, because it's not going to fix the problem. And it's also not going to help heal the hearts of the people that you were far away from your humanity being able to make that kind of a judgment call that was lacking any foresight or judgment. How do we go forward? And I'm not dragging 1313. I can't drag people out of caves if they refuse to come out into the light. But anybody walking out into the light, you can bet it's not the time to go, anti-prodigal son and slap the shit out of them for making terrible decisions. I've made terrible decisions too, and not the same caliber, and it doesn't matter. If I've wronged someone, then I'm here on earth playing by the same rules as everybody else. It doesn't matter my infraction is this big or these big. Granted, that karmic return and the payback stuff means that your karmic felonies, those cost more than karmic, low-level crib and shit. So, that's where it is that you can say affirmations all day long. However, ultimately, it's really about the energy exchange. And anywhere there's been an unequal one, gotta clean it up. Mother Nature helps us do that routinely. Birth and death, birth and death. Liquefied worm. Time to emerge as a butterfly. So thank you very much for your time. I'm gonna go and find some more divine, and be glad I just ordered a new pair of Converse that are really funky and cool. So I'm Darkfish excited about that, and just very glad that I can be excited about something that's so little and so stupid that makes me happy, makes me smile, and helps a hurting heart get over the fact that I made some fairly blasting videos earlier of what I think of this shit. So heart hurt over, and thank you divinity, thank you teams 1444, thank you. Take care and get within your skin, baby, because you're divine. It's absolutely fine. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.